everybody, this is Miss Trout. This is for week 5. This is going to be an intro to your activity for your Oregon Trail game. Now guys, during the 1800s, our country was in an era is a time period, and this era was called westward expansion. After Louisiana Purchase, our country found, that's when we doubled our size. We bought that land from France, and when we doubled our size, we sent Lewis and Clark, and they went all the way to the Pacific Ocean. They found a lot of cool resources, and our country was like, hey, you know, our government was like, hey, we need to get over there. So a lot of our people, because the East was getting crowded, went over this way. Now, we had this idea called manifest destiny. Okay, now you've probably heard this word before and you didn't know it. In this song that I know the DJs have played this, called High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. They say it and they talk about it in there. And I want to listen to it right now, okay? We'll take you over to my computer. All right, just like we were free here. Okay. Oh, yep. Sorry, I'm getting it. I'm not getting it. There we go. Oh, so here we go, here we go. What was said, fulfill the prophecy, be something greater. Gonna make a legacy. Here we go. Manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything. Wanted everything. Every day we wanted everything, all right, now what that means is manifest destiny. What that means is our country wanted everything. And if we were in class and I said manifest destiny, we would say wanted the land all the way from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and they wanted all that land. And if they thought it was their destiny, like when you might think what your destiny is, what you want to become when you get older. Now, when I was a kid, I thought my destiny was to be an FBI agent. I always wanted to be an FBI agent and a police officer and then go on into the FBI. But I didn't work at doing that. When I got into school, I ended up, I loved always teaching kids to swim, and I loved teaching kids, so then I went that route. So your destiny might change. So the destiny is what you think that you want, what you want to make sure you have, okay? What you think you're destined to be. So our country thought their destiny was to have all the land from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. And they didn't, worry about how they were going to get it. And they wanted that land, and they thought it was their destiny to have it, and they were going to get it. Now you're going to find out in the next week or so, some of the things we did to get it wasn't always the best way to go about things, but that's what we thought our destiny was, okay? So remember that, and even I hope you heard that song before where it says, I love this song. So it's our manifest destiny to get all that land, okay? So like they said in this song, one more time, okay? Fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the day, we wanted everything. Okay, sorry for that singing abuse, but so that's what we're at in our country. So they wanted that destiny, so they wanted to get all that land. Now, a lot of people from the East, they were having a hard time finding jobs because there was so many people and they were having a hard time. So they wanted to find a better life over in the West, and they thought that they could go over there and find land. Later on, our government even gives land free, but you have to stay there for 5 years and you have to produce a crop, okay? It was the Homestead Act. But we're going to talk about the Oregon Trail. Now, the Oregon Trail, you can see here, they have a lot of trails out here going west. The Oregon Trail went out all the way up to Oregon. Now, a lot of times, I read this little journal from this little girl. She was 11 and her family went on the Oregon Trail, and it took them 6 months. Well, some people were taking a little longer, but 6 months to get out there. Can you imagine that road trip? Woo, okay? My kids don't do that very well, like 3 hours in the car. They're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So you imagine, and this is in a wagon, a covered wagon, and they would call it a wagon trail a wagon train, because there's so many wagons, and if you saw it from a far distance, it looked like a train of wagons coming. So they faced many, many hardships, and a hardship is something bad that you have to overcome. Like this little girl, when her name was Sally Hester, and when she was on the Oregon Trail, they were trying to get their wagon across a river, and it flipped over, and she found a rock, thank goodness, or she about drowned. And she said a lot of people, even when they had little ferry boats they would go over, a woman and her children died from drowning because they fell off the ferry. And so wagons would tip over. They did have some encounters with Native Americans. A lot of times have fights with Native Americans out there. They would drink water, and it wouldn't be clean, and they would get sick. So a lot of things happened, but they wanted that. They thought they had that better life out in the West. So they went on the Oregon Trail. Now, when I was in high school, there was a game, and if we would have been in class, we would have played this. It was called Oregon Trail, and it was like a simulation game. And you went on and you picked your trail members and you did all this stuff, and then you would go on the trail in this game. Now, it wasn't high tech like all these games on Xbox and PlayStation. And remember, I can't even watch those things if they're 3D because I get sick, remember? So I could actually play this game. And we even kept, a journal of what happened to us and everything. So I have it on disc, but since we're not in school, so I found it on here. Well, I found a site somebody had used, and so I found this, and I'm going to put the link there. So you're going to go to this game, and you're going to try. Now remember, the graphics aren't high tech. This is even worse than the one I had in high school, okay? So I'm going to go over here and show you. So when you go to Oregon Trail, all right, it's going to look like, I don't know if you can even see it, but you'll put the site in, I'll tell you. Then you put start, and it'll just come through here and just go through the little things here. Now, okay, come on. It was working. So you're going to get to pick travel the trail or learn about the trail, things like that. I would pick, you just put one, and you have to use a keyboard. Now, you can pick your choice of what job you want. Now, a banker is going to have money, but they might not have skills. A farmer would probably not mean skills like on the trails, what I mean. A farmer would have skills with a land, or a carpenter. So you can look at different things. I'm just going to put the banker here. Now, first name, you can put your name in here. So you'll go along. I'm the wagon leader, and you get to pick up names. You can pick any names that you want to put. I'll put my family in here. Oops, I can't spell Hal's name. Don't tell her. I guess she probably just found out. She's probably watching a video of Brady. Okay, Chloe. Who's that other guy? Yeah, Jamie. All right. So, yeah, they're correct. You just put yes. You put a Y for yes. And then I'm probably going to want to go in April. You don't want it too hot, so you just push enter. So you have to have cash, and I'm going to have to go buy stuff. And you can go in the general store. Now, in the real game, the one we would have played in class, you would have probably had it's been a better option to go in the town, and you would have seen the store and stuff, but this one's not. So if you look here, you'll see you have to get plenty of oxen. And so it'll tell you how much you want, and I want to buy oxen. I'm just trying to get you real quick to get on the trail, okay? So let's see. I'm going to try to buy some ammunition so you can hunt on the trail, okay? And it'll be on here just all right, I don't think I got any oxen. I don't know if it'll let you buy more than one thing, but you can just play around. Okay. Now, you go, see how the graphics, so you go out, whoops. Now, I'm going to go on the trail, and I'm just going to show you. Now, you keep going through the trail to tell me what's happening to me, and stuff will happen to you, and that's what you're going to write down and let me know you played, okay? I just need to know that you played. So one of my oxen's injured. And anytime you want to stop, you're crossing a river, I would like to look around. I'm going to say no, so N would be no. Now, the river's 5 foot deep. I'm not going to want to, I'm going to try to take a ferry across, because if I did, I'll just tell you what, if I try to ford a river, which means I take my wagons right across, I'm going to flip. Watch it. I don't know if you can see it, but I know. Oh my gosh, did I get through? No, I'm going to drown. Look, okay? So I lost 4 bullets. Oh my gosh, Hallie didn't make it. She drowned. So it just goes and tells you all these hardships that they had on the Oregon Trail. So you'll get to play that, and then you'll go back to Google Assignments, and then you'll answer the question there. All right. I hope that you have fun. Okay. See ya. Thank you. Bye.